disruptive.
America that I fought for.
Weird thing to happen. Hello, one and all. Welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. It's been a fantastic day so far. So there was a big announcement recently that came out. The results came in for the state of Iowa, the big giant Republican caucus that everyone was trying to take down, the big Trumpster. Everybody from Nikki Haley to Ron DeSantis to Vivek Ramaswamy, even though I thought he was trying to run, it sounded like. There was so many candidates. I think Chris Christie is out now. Trying everything that they can to convince the Iowans to, stay away from the Trump and go back towards the establishment tropes, because that is the most properest thing we can do, is repeat the exact same mistakes we've always done over and over again. And it turns out Iowa had a different situation, because even with the amount of candidates, the amount of campaigning that they did in the state of Iowa to try to revert people back into the realms of the establishment, Donald Trump still came on top. And he didn't even do hardly any campaigning. Like, it's amazing that him out of the public spotlight makes him more favorable than establishment candidates that are in the public spotlight. Like, that's just, it goes to show you the political shift that people are feeling. Like, this is just the world that we're in right now, after so many years, so many administrations of lies and scandal and corruption, and we know that they're all just useless, sly, sleazy car salesman type. Like, we already know that they're sellouts, but they decide to side with Trump here. As according to NPR, Donald Trump wins Iowa Republican caucuses in first contest of 2024. And here comes the results here. And this is the most interesting takeaway, because you could see, let me make this a little bit bigger. The final results here, Donald Trump winning 51% of the vote. So just over half of Iowa is in support of Donald Trump. Guess who came in a sturdy second, as MSNBC would report on that? And Ron DeSantis coming in second with only 21%. Look at how big that jump was, from 21% to 51%. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But it goes to show you how much people are veering away from the establishment norms. How so many people are seeing right through Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Hutchinson, I don't even know who that guy really is, and other, which I'm assuming is like the writing candidates. Just going to show you how much they are trying to veer away from the establishment by throwing the wrench of Donald Trump back into the race. And that was the big thing about Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, is that even though he was a typical sleazy real estate con artist that we already know and we grew up with, we already know the personality that Donald Trump already exudes. The reason people liked him, the reason people favored him, was because he was the wrench that was going to be thrown into the establishment clogs to kind of drain the system. People thought he was going to drain the system. He governed no differently than any other establishment candidate, but at least he was a bit of a wild card, that he was able to be one of those candidates and one of those presidents to say, hey, we're overseas to steal oil. We're overseas to slaughter people. Hey, we're doing this for business interests. We really don't care about people. He's one of those kind of characters, and that's why the establishment hates him so much, but the people love him so much. That's why. And it's just amazing that such a big gap, even though you know that the mainstream networks, even if Donald Trump won, just like they did with Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primaries, they're still going to say that Ron DeSantis had a sturdy second. Like they did with, the Democratic caucuses. Oh, Bernie Sanders won all the districts, but hey, Pete Buttigieg had a strong second. And we got to acknowledge that. Why? Because they're trying to push the favorability of establishment-approved candidates. It's all manipulation, folks. And here's how MSNBC got around to reporting this. Because MSNBC, particularly Rachel Maddow in this case, was stunned, and so stunned that she didn't even want to really kind of report on Donald Trump's victory win in Iowa, because she's tried every 9 ways to Sunday to take this guy down, from Russiagate to the P-tape scandal, to the indictments, to charging him with Me Too and rape charges, to doing this, to doing that, every which way to take this guy down. There still has not been a criminal case effective enough to take down Donald Trump. That's their new boogeyman, that Vladimir Putin, apparently, still to this day. So Rachel Maddow is quivering on the fact that Donald Trump won the state of Iowa, and this is how she reports it.
Let me just interject. I'm sorry, I just have to do a little bit of business just for a second. At this point in the evening, the projected winner of the Iowa caucuses has just started giving his victory speech.
You notice she can't even say his name. That's how much she loathes the idea of Donald Trump gaining victory, Donald Trump back in the spotlight. That's how much she loathes Donald Trump so much that she can't even state his name. That she has to say that, oh, the projected winner is about to do his victory speech. You can't say Trump, you can't say Donald Trump, because you know personally it gives you the heebie-jeebies. It gives you that, kind of cold shiver down your spine. You can't deal with this anymore. You spent your whole entire broadcast day after day trying to take this guy down, and then he's winning again. Oh, it's just giving me it's making me sick. So let's actually watch this in full.
Let me just interject. I'm sorry, I just have to do a little bit of business just for a second. At this point in the evening, the projected winner of the Iowa caucuses has just started giving his victory speech. We will keep an eye on that as it happens. We will let you know if there's any news made in that speech, if there's anything noteworthy, something substantive and important. The reason I'm saying this is...
So what she's stating there is that they're not going to show you his victory speech, but they're going to watch it, and then they're going to report back what they think about that victory speech. That does not sound like journalism there. Okay, if someone won in a campaign and they're saying that they're going to have a speech prepared, usually they go right to the speech live. Usually they get a live response of what that person, the winner, is going to say. But no, MSNBC, because it's Donald Trump, they're going to say, hey, we're going to watch the speech. We're not going to show you it, but we're going to watch it ourselves. And then we'll come up with some stunt and tell you what we felt about the speech and try to spin it in our direction. And this is not the first time they've been caught doing this. But here they are doing it again because it's Donald Trump. They are not going to show you live reaction of this speech because they don't want to give him more airtime. They don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So they're going to watch it for us because apparently we're so stupid to watch things live and hear his response. They're going to watch it for us. And then if they find something that's actually noteworthy, then maybe they'll mention it to us. Like we have to be spoon-fed like a child.
Of course, there is a reason that we and other news organizations have generally stopped giving an unfiltered live platform to remarks by former President Trump. It is not out of spite. It is not a decision that we relish. It is a...
So then she has to give the disclaimer of, there's a reason we're doing this, folks. There's a reason we can't give you a live broadcast. It's not because of spite. It's not because we hate the guy. It's not because I have a personal inner demon vendetta against Donald Trump, even though I personally, much like my network, has propelled a character like Donald Trump for so long that he running in politics was kind of a vitriol. As even, the president of CBS said, It was great for ratings. Donald Trump was great for ratings, but it was terrible for America. But they still went with it anyway. They still captured the essence of Donald Trump. It's nothing to do with that, though. It's nothing to do with that, though. It's the integrity of the network. It's the integrity of the network. We can't show you a live event. Want to hear how stupid that was?
It is not a decision that we relish. It is a decision that we regularly revisit. And honestly, earnestly, it is not an easy decision, but there is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things. That is a fundamental truth of our business.
I can't believe she uttered those words. I can't believe she uttered those words. Hold on. Let me recap that.
But there is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things. That is a fundamental truth of our
The fact that it comes from Rachel Maddow herself is even the perfect, it's like the cherry on top of this delicious hypocrisy. Wow. We can't broadcast untruthful things. So that's why the, 4+ years of Russiagate that's still continuing on is such a miraculous moment of broadcasting. They still have it on the air, even though it's proven that it's an absolute conspiracy. It's an absolute hoax. It was a witch attack. It's a witch hunt on the Trump family and the Trump campaign because the establishment had to find a way to ruin his career, to ruin his political career. So they found a conspiracy of linking him with Vladimir Putin and then didn't find any explanation on how to link the two. Oh my God. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And that's the reason they can't broadcast a live speech. It's because, we feel it's our purpose, our integrity to not get you harmed by untrue things. We have to be like your babysitter and protect you from live reactions. That is what NBC's goal of them broadcasting, of them doing this. They won't even provide live coverage of him winning the Iowa caucus because they fear that they're broadcasting untrue things. MSNBC is worried that a live feed is going to broadcast untrue things. Because the thing about live television, what happens. It can't be fixed by a PR. It can't be fixed by post-production. It can't be fixed by an editing system. What happens live is live. So they can't spin this around as much as possible when it's a live feed. That's why Rachel Maddow is telling you, the viewers at home, I'm going to watch this for you and then do my part into telling you how I felt about it because you're too stupid. You're too stupid to comprehend a live feed, a live response of Donald Trump winning his own caucus. It's just too much for you. It's too much for you. And we're worried that it might broadcast some untrue things. Wow. That's hilarious. Is there more to this?
Our business and who we are. And so his remarks tonight will not air here live. We will monitor them and let you know about any news that he makes.
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Could they be more of a joke? The idea of news. Could they be more of a joke? Like, honest to God, this is embarrassing. embarrassing. This is embarrassing. They can't show you a live response to someone winning a caucus run because they worry that it might be the live feed might be untrue. So we're going to watch it for you and then provide our interpretations of it and try to spin this around as much as possible. The classic colors of MSNBC, folks.